You know what we should do? We forgot to change the graphic for that. We don't need to take the Woo Garage off, but we should probably put the Art of AI on there. What do you think?
Sure, at some point.
Yeah, if that's actually going to be the name of the
Yeah,
whole
who
thing.
knows? We could change it. Well,
Yeah, I like the Woo Garage one, but all right. Well, it's Friday and we're back. I think we're going to do this maybe Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That feels right to me. What do you think? How do you feel about that?
yeah, I mean that the goal will be to do it. I'd like to do it daily, even if it's just a 15 minutes, you know, little
Yeah,
quick show and tell. But yeah, Mondays, Wednesday, Fridays for the main content for sure.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I like Mondays. We could do mindset stuff. Wednesdays we could do like a hump day themed thing. Friday we can recap the week. Maybe do like a we're doing lunch with people. You know what I mean? Just kind of hanging out, chilling with Mike, the AI guy, polite, and Chad GPT.
Chat GPT.
Okay, so what are we talking about today? Today, I am actually using Chat GPT to create iterations and variations of a partner client of ours offer. Now, these guys have an incredible product where they can actually de-anonymize a good portion of the traffic that's going to your website. So if you've got a tremendous amount of traffic going to your website, hundreds of thousands of people, and they're leaving, but you would like to know who they are, these guys can put a pixel on your website and show you who 30 to 40% of those people are. They, get at least an email address, right? Oftentimes they can get a name, an email address, a phone number, a mobile phone number, where they work, all kinds of just information that's available there. And so this particular product that they have, they would like to present it to their target audience using WooSender. And so right now, what we're doing is we're developing the language and how it is that we're going to do this outreach. Now, their target market is the C suite, so CMOs, CROs of companies that have 25 million plus in annual revenue. Is that right, Chad?
Yeah, it's something like that. I mean, now the products have other um you can have smaller businesses. Anybody who has a website they have products that are usable for them, um that aren't
Because we use them
quite
for
as
ours, and
expensive.
we're not at 25 million yet, are we?
Not quite.
Okay. Yeah, we use them for our stuff, and we're not quite there, but yeah, it works.
It's it but the thing is, it doesn't matter how big of a business you are. Knowing who shows up regardless of whether they fill out a form is important, right?
Right.
And especially if you're using an SEO type strategy, or even ads, being able to de-anonymize everybody who doesn't fill out the form allows you to take a second, create another audience of, hey, you didn't fill out the form, why not? And there's your ad, or do direct outreach to them. So having that information is really important
Okay.
if
So
you
what
can
I'm
get
going to
it.
do now is
Yeah.
share my screen here. There we go. That's Mike's screen, and this is a Word document where I'm just kind of writing what this outreach is going to look like. So if you look here, here's the validation message. With the validation message, whether you're using WooSender or any other massive text messaging type of program, you want to make sure that your messaging is compliant, right? And so this is a compliant validation message. There's a few things that have to be there in order for it to be compliant. You have to say who you are and where you're from. So I will be saying, "Hi, Chad. This is Mike Polite from Follow Up Engine." Right? Very clear who I am and where I'm reaching out from. And then I'm just asking a question: is this still your number? Right? And then you also, to be
Right.
compliant, you have to give them the opportunity to opt out right away. So to do that, you have to say one of the opt out words. The opt-out words
Right.
being unsubscribe, cancel, stop, stuff like that, right? And in order to be compliant there, I've said here, if I got it wrong, say stop and I'll go away. And I put a little smiley face there.
How about say, tell me to stop?
Okay, we can make it tell me to
The
stop.
reason I the reason and here's my reasoning behind that, right? And full disclosure, everybody, Mike's better at copy than I am. However, from being able to achieve what the system has to require, what we're required to for compliance, we still want it to sound like a conversation, right? If you tell them say stop, then it's like everybody kind of gets that there's a trigger in there that you know that I'm gonna flip, right? Where
Right.
if you've got it, if you just kind of say, if I got it wrong, tell me to stop and I'll go away. It's more conversational in my opinion, and so I think that might actually get better results because we don't want them to feel when you're using WooSender, and this is where a lot of our customers and people who are using the product go off the rails. They think too much like a marketing person and not enough like a salesperson doing direct outreach. And at the end of the day, that's what we want. That's what we want it to look like.
Right. Right. I'm gonna change this here so we can make it a little bigger so people might be able to read it a little easier. There we go. Okay. So WooSender is able to listen for responses, and so what I'm writing now is the positive responses to that validation message. So we're effectively reaching out saying, "Hey, chat, it's Mike Polite from Follow Up Engine. Is this still your number? If I got it wrong, tell me to stop and I'll go away." So if Chad responds positively to that message, so the target responds positively by saying, "Yeah, that's my number. Yep, that's me. I'm him," right? Then we're going to be going down and giving a positive response to that. Okay. So the first one that I wrote was awesome. All right. I'm hoping you can help me with a project I'm working on. I built a pixel that can de anonymize website traffic. Basically, it'll let you see the contact info for around 30 to 40% of your visitors. Can we set a time to talk about activating the pixel on your site for a few weeks? Right now, I think that that's an okay message that can go out and people may respond positively to it. But I'm not under the delusion that I'm the best copywriter in the world and that what I say is absolutely going to resonate. The good thing about WooSender here is that you can use up to 5 different responses here or iterations of this, and it will randomly choose one. And then you can just watch and see which one is getting further down the line and actually getting people to the point where they're saying, "Yes, I would like to book an appointment for that. Let's set that up." Right? Because that's the goal. We want to set an appointment. So, how do we do that? We have to write other ones. Now, WooCenter allows for up to 5. I don't know if we're going to do 5. We might do 2 or 3. Right? 5 is a lot to try to keep track of. So, let's do the first one. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy what I wrote. Okay. Then I'm going to go over here to ChatGPT. Everybody loves ChatGPT. Can you see that on my screen? Okay, Chad?
We're good.
Okay, perfect. And so the first thing I'm going to do with ChatGPT is I'm going to see if I can just get it to write this in a way where it's just a little shorter, right? A little bit more succinct. We're not going to ask it to do anything about professionalism or friendliness just yet, but a really simple ask for ChatGPT. So I'm going to say, write this to be shorter. And then quotation marks, paste, last quotation mark, right? Very simple command. We'll hit enter. ChatGPT says, "Can you help with my project? I built a pixel that de-anonymizes website traffic, showing contact info for 30% of visitors. Can we discuss activating the pixel on your site for a few weeks?" Shorter, yes. Will it be effective? We don't know, right? But that's why we test. That's the beauty of WooSender. So I'm going to take this response, copy it over to my document, should have copied it. I should have pasted it without the formatting, right? So it shows up. Text only. There we go. Oh, it's still gray. What are we doing here? Okay. So now we're gonna paste text only. Boom, it's white. Perfect. So then we're gonna do a third one. Let's go back over here. I actually kind of like that. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT here to rewrite that response.
What if you just hit regenerate response?
I think if you hit regenerate response, it might do it again. But let's see. Let's hit regenerate response. It's the same thing. It just does it
Okay.
again. I don't know what that button's supposed to be. It always does
Try.
that though.
I'm wondering if you have to put the thumbs down to, and then the AI will go and try again.
Let's try it. Thumbs down. What was the issue? So this is like a reporting thing.
No, yeah, you're not actually
That's not-
really
yeah, that's
training
not
the
gonna
AI.
do it.
You're reporting back
Right.
to them. Okay.
Okay. So let's do another command here. Rewrite that response 2 more times, and make it a little more professional. It went way more
I humbly
professional.
request your assistance.
I don't think we're going to use that. So
I'm
that's what
like,
happens when you ask
I
ChatGPT to make
expect
it more professional. I humbly request. It actually sounds like a telemarketer. Sounds like a scam.
I humbly request. What it sounds like is somebody from the Renaissance fairs doing sales.
Right. Right.
They expect
Good
them with a,
sir, if it would be so
you know,
kind.
a couple of LARPers running around just doing sales. I humbly request your presence, milady.
So I don't like that. I don't like those at all. So we're not going to use those. So let's see. What could we do here? All right. So let's see. Rewrite the original input to be more friendly. That's probably going to cause an error. Oh no, it worked. That actually sounds like Greg. Aside from the wow, that sounds really cool part.
Yeah. And that's the other thing that you need to, when you're writing your copy, you don't want it to be unauthentic, right? It needs to sound
Right.
like you or the business, right? And it depends on, like, you might have multiple salespeople, and that's okay. So obviously you can't like aggregate it across a sales force of 5, 10, 2 or 3 guys. But if you're the one in charge, if you're the business owner, the entrepreneur, or even just the one in charge of the sales team, you want it to have an authentic feel to it, and
Mm-hmm.
not forced, right? For a lot of our smaller businesses that work with us, we definitely recommend, usually it's the owner or one of the partners or whatever, definitely I would pick one person who kind of embodies the sales process, and use their messaging just so it's consistent.
Right. Right. But I think the most important point is that you want it to be you, right? I think a big mistake that a lot of
Right.
especially the newer business owners that I work with in these systems, like generating offers and things like that, they almost want it to sound bigger than they are, or like it's like more professional. So they're kind of, it's almost like they're puffing their chest out in their words. I don't know if that like is really painting the picture there, right? But what's happening
Well,
is you
yeah.
lose that genuine piece of your voice that would make people want to work with you by trying to sound like you're some giant corporate entity that exists, right? So make it sound like you, like be genuine in the way that you communicate, and that's going to take you much further than trying to sound like a flavorless, corporate thing, right?
Right.
Okay, so now we've got three, and I actually like that one too. um I wonder if we can go for some more here, because that one actually turned out pretty good. Let's see. Rewrite that last response um, in the style of Grant Cardone. No, Damon John. Yeah. No, that's not what's supposed to be happening there. That didn't work. I think it's responding to it as if it said it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste it back in and say rewrite this as if you're Damon John. That's another cool thing that ChatGPT can do, is it can write in the style of popular figures, right? So you can have it write as if it's Grant Cardone or Gary Vee or Martha Stewart or Snoop Dogg. Why, when I think of Martha Stewart, do I instantly think of Snoop Dogg? That's crazy.
Because they're attached at the hip.
Is it true that Martha Stewart got a Snoop Dogg tattoo?
I don't know if that's true, but I know that.
I hope
I
it
mean,
is.
from what I understand, they're really close.
Rewrite this as
Today on
Snoop
the Art of
Dogg,
AI, celebrity gossip.
right? It's Friday, man. So we're gonna rewrite this as Snoop Dogg. Yo, yo, yo. Snoop Dogg never says yo. Okay. What's cracking, my homie? I'm in need of some serious assistance with a project I'm cooking up. I'm in need of some serious assistance with a project I'm cooking up. I done built this pimping pixel that can straight up de-anonymize website traffic, letting you peep the contact info of like 30 to 40. This is actually pretty good. You feeling me?
That's
So let's
funny.
connect. Set a time to chat and see how we can activate that bad boy on your site for a hot minute. For shizzle. It says for shizzle. Chat GPT said for shizzle. Chat GPT said for shizzle.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I don't even know where to go from here. Like, how do I not?
I know, right? Let's try doing it with another celebrity. Try doing it. Just curious. Try doing it as Yoda.
As Yoda, okay.
Rewrite. Yeah.
Rewrite this as Yoda. Help me with a project you can. Pixel built, de-anonymized website traffic. It can. Contact info to visitors. You will see 30 to 40% it reveals. Set a time to discuss activating the pixel on your site, can we? Yes. That's very Yoda-ish.
It's very Yoda-ish.
It's very Yoda-ish.
But folks, don't try this at home. Don't actually try and launch it because nobody's gonna follow it. It's gonna be so confusing, but it's hilarious.
I want to use this, man. Greg, listen to me. I know this is going to seem weird. We want to do this as Yoda. Hear me out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, that's funny.
Okay.
Do it as like Rihanna or something. I like wonder if you do it as
we could do it as like a marketing expert, right? We could do it as like, let's do it as Gary Vee, right? We read this as Gary V. We might get some cuss words here.
Yeah.
We could do Billie Jean as marketing and we have like dick jokes. That'd be good. Wow, this is epic. I'm super pumped about your project, my friend. You built a pixel that de-anonymizes website traffic and unlocks the contact info for 34% of your visitors. Saying, let's get straight to it. I think it misunderstood there a little bit. Like perspective wise.
Yeah.
But definitely captured Gary V there. Wow. That's really interesting. I'm still like flabbergasted at full shizzle, by the way. Like I cannot get over ChatGPT saying full shizzle. Like at the very end, it's like full shizzle. Okay, so I said we would do 3. We got 3. I like the 3 that we have. Let's put them into WooSender. I'll show you how to do that part. And then we'll fire it. And then maybe next Friday we can look at the results. That sound cool?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my document. So I've got all 3 of the yes intents here. No is pretty easy because no's like there's a couple different ways you could go with no. When the intent is no, when they like nope, wrong person, something like that, right? Or if they are the right person, but they're like nope, not interested. It's really like sorry for bothering you, having a great day, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Sometimes it might be appropriate when you hear a no, depending on market and what your offer actually is. It might be okay to ask them if the person who's responding might be interested in your referral program or if they know somebody who might be interested in your offer. That could be okay. But somebody says no, we don't want to bother them too much from there because every text message, every email costs money, and we don't want to spend time prospecting with the wrong people.
The other thing to think about is no is not always a no. Like the word no is not always no, right? So a perfect example, we're from California, right? So there's no yeah, which means yes, and there's yeah no, which means no. So
I was really worried
I
about
use
where
that
you
as
were
a
going
very
there. I wasn't worried, but I didn't want to get canceled this early on in our podcast. I'm glad you did that well. Thank you. But yeah, you're right. No, yeah.
I mean,
You're right. No,
for
yeah, that's me.
example, are you interested in solar? No, but no, I've already got it. We're just looking for a battery, right? So the
Right.
no was he's not interested in solar, right? And so that's where the learning and the AI comes in and managing your libraries. That's why it's not set it and forget it. You're going to learn as you go the pattern of what people are saying. If they're saying no, I'm not in, so then you can go no, want, right? Can be the other word. So or looking for or interested in, right? So if no comes
Right.
and then they say they're interested in something, then you can then go to oh great, well let's talk about batteries, right? Because a lot of, for example, solar companies, they sell batteries to existing systems,
Right.
right? So
So
it's
it's a no,
important.
but there's another direction that you can go, and you want to be able to teach the
It's
AI and the automations to be able to pick up
exactly,
on those subtleties, right?
it's a
That's
soft
important.
no, right? In other words, no, I'm not interested in your initial, but I'm qualifying my no. So when they qualify the no, then you start teaching the AI to move forward with it in a certain way. You can always start with just a hard no, and that's not a problem. Um, and usually what'll happen, the way I deal with it manually is if it triggers off the no, but there's that follow up, I'll
Mhm.
say something manually like, just a thought. Are you interested? It says you're interested in batteries. I actually could help you with that. Um, is that interesting to and just kind of recover from that automated no. And I honestly have
Right.
never had a lot of issues with that recovery. So you can feel safe launching it with just no, meaning I'm not interested. And then when you get the response, you can go, kind of qualify that and just go, yeah, what about this? So,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. So now we're going to take these yes intent responses and we're going to put them inside of WooSender. And that's done just right here inside the libraries, which I'm not in right now. That's great. So let's go and take a look at the libraries in this account that we're getting this all set up for. So under settings, Woo AI, and then Woo response libraries, and then we're going to go into the Who Is It library. Here's the yes right here. We're going to go in here to hit edit, and you can see under the responses, I've already got the awesome, all right, I'm hoping you can help me with the project I'm working on there, right? That's 1 out of 5. If I hit add response, I get another space to put in another yes response. So I'm going to take this one. We're going to copy that to the clipboard. Come back over to WooSender, paste that in there, right? I like to put a little line between this part and the actual ask. The ask is, are you interested in actually getting on calendar? There we go. And then we're going to add another response. Come back over here to our Word document, grab this one, hit copy, back to WooSender, paste. I'm going to do the same thing here where I put a little space between there. That's a longer text message, 316 characters, 26 characters, but we don't know which one is going to resonate. We don't know which one is actually going to work and get the result that we're looking for. That's why we're running multiple, so we can see which ones work better, right? Hit save, and now you can see those are there. So we can see these previews of them. And then we're able to see how those actually do. Does that kind of make sense? We're going from validation. Hey, Chad, it's Mike from company. Is this still your number? If I got it wrong, tell me to stop and I'll go away. Chad, respond positively. Yes, Chad said yes. I'm Chad.
And you're asking me. I thought you were just telling them that I responded positively.
You're just like sitting there looking at me, man. You're leaving me out on ledge, but that's okay. But yeah, that's really the way that works, right? We're leveraging the technology here of ChatGPT to take what we originally wrote and rewrite it in another way that may resonate better, right?
Right.
I genuinely believe that there is a group of executives out there that's going to respond positively to that Snoop Dogg one. They're going to go, this is what I'm looking for.
Possible.
We're not going to use that one, but it's definitely a possibility.
But it depends on the personality of the business, right? That's important, right? So, I mean, some of it, if you're talking about the marketing executives or the sales executives at IBM, they're not going to go for it at all. But you have a smaller startup who wants to they have a quirky personality and that works for them, then, then that'll work. Then you go with it, and that's why it's important to know your own style, the company style, and how they want to operate.
Right. I'm just looking before we end this. I want to just check and make sure. I don't think Martha Stewart actually has a Snoop Dogg tattoo. I was
important things that we research here on the Art of AI. Does Martha Stewart have a Snoop Dogg tattoo?
All right. This episode of The Art of AI is, as always, sponsored by Woo Garage, where you can go right now and get access to WooSender for just $9.97 per month. Just go to startup.woogarage.com to grab that. If you're interested in that offer from that company that we're building this for, the one where they can de-anonymize your website traffic. It doesn't matter if you're a big company or a small company. They'll actually do it for you for free for 30 days just to see if it's something that you want to invest in. Reach out to us, set an appointment. We will connect you with them in order to make that happen. Chad, do you have anything else for the people?
Yeah.
We're no strangers to love.
You've been rickrolled.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.